Okay, welcome back to more Pokemon Diamond. So we are in Stark Mountain at this point. We're about halfway through. Uh, I kind of thought we were going to be fighting this guy, but apparently not. He does not bother to fight us here, thankfully. So let's head into here, and if you notice, everything is kind of zoomed out a little, which is odd. I think it's like one of the only times this happens, but it really isn't much different. I think it's mostly just to give you a better view, just because everything is so elevated. You'll kind of notice as we're going through this area that that the staircases are very high up. So we begrudgingly go with Buck. And I say begrudgingly because, unfortunately, when you're with a teammate like this, you can't actually use Rock Climb. And I assume similar with Surf, although I don't know if that ever really comes up. But yeah, you unfortunately do have to take this the long way. It's not too bad, but you do have to fight a couple trainers along the way. And it is double battle. Thankfully, I don't think it's this one, but I think the next one, all the Pokemon we've seen before. But we will be showing off this one because, this is the first double battle with Buck. I think Randonium Gaming actually ended up getting all the double battles in the main quest. So, thankfully Buck, as far as I'm aware, he only has Claydol, but it's very strong Claydol, and at least this particular fight, Claydol is very good against one of these groups of Pokemon here. So we actually could have used Discharge. Probably should have. The reason why I decided not to was because it was targeting Claydol, but I kind of forgot that Claydol is ground type, and the electric type attack wasn't going to do anything to it anyways. So we would have been fine to just it would have been fine to just use it. Alright, Honchkrow. Honchkrow. Black Belt Ray sent out Breloom, a fighting grass type, I believe from Gen 3. So yeah, this time I rectify that and use Discharge. Yep, good to know, So, absolutely decimates Honchkrow, and I think does a fairly good amount of damage to Breloom as well. About a third. Alrighty. It's super effective. Alright, they're down to their final Pokemon. We got a Fearow, as well as a Marowak. Alright, so the Marowak I can't really do anything against. So I'm just going to use Thunderfang, and we'll try and take out this Fearow. And it's super effective. Alright, just a Marowak left. I don't think Ancient Power is going to finish it off. Yeah, barely anything, jeez. Okay, well, oh, you jerk. So Bone Rush is one of those moves that hits a couple times, and it's really annoying. But we're gonna have to switch out because Zip Zap is gonna be basically useless against Marowak. Okay, special defense, cool, especially since Marowak, I'm pretty sure, is mostly all physical. So it's very, very smart. Okay. There goes Marowak, and that is it for them. I don't know, does the other trainer technically take experience from you when you're fighting together? I generally don't really like double battles that much. It can be interesting, but generally they're just annoying. Alright, time for the fun push of the boulder. Okay, I suppose that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it should be stated I do have a repel on for this place, because otherwise you're going to be getting attacked left and right. Alright, this is the other mandatory fight that you have to do. Dragons in a fiery mountain, it's a total classic setup. Hear the howl of my iron fist. Okay, I guess we do show this one off as well. Oh, yeah, this dragon guy has some unique dragon types, so we're gonna have to show him off. Alright. I can't remember if Vibrana is... I want to say he's... Let me look this up, because I'm going to get it wrong. I think its evolved form, Flygon, is Dragon, but I don't remember what its types are. This is one of those Pokemon that has kind of weird typing. Ground Dragon type, okay. So the Electric definitely wouldn't have done anything. Why do you always target me? Man, that did a lot of damage. Floater's faster, so I understand that we could try and heal Floater here instead, but I just want to get the battle over with. We can always revive at a later point. Yes, special defense. Okay, that's the defense. Never mind. Still not great, but... Alright. And of course it's left with like 5 HP. So I am appreciative that he takes out the Dragonair, but I kind of wish he would have taken out the Machamp. Even though the Machamp clearly cannot hit. So, is it 1 and 3 or 2 and 2 here? Alright, let's get Floater out of there. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad for the decrease in their attack, but it's really annoying how long it takes. Bro, take out the Machamp. Like, it does do a fair amount of damage, but, like, come on, dude. I swear they don't do the smartest move sometimes. It's kind of annoying. And he's probably going to take out the Claydol. He probably viewed the Seadra as the more hostile because of the typing. But still. Poor dude. How come that barely did any damage, but the one on my Floatzel or whatever it's called, like, took out. Or nearly took out. I thought Floatzel was just water type. I don't think it's part ice. Alrighty. Well, that's it for those two. Whew. It was a dicey battle there. Thankfully, the one benefit of having a partner in these areas is the fact that they always heal you up afterwards. So... there is one benefit to it. Yeah, repels are pretty much mandatory if you want to actually get through this place in a timely fashion. Honestly, with caves in general in this series. Like, the grass, you can kind of manage, but caves are just so annoying. Constantly being attacked every 5 steps. Okay. There we go. There's the exit. My instincts tell me the volcano's treasure is just ahead of us. See you around. You might be the toughest besides me. Alright. Well, we just helped a looter. Heh, check this out. This is the Magma Stone, the treasure of Stark Mountain. Since I found it, that makes me the greatest trainer out of everyone. Thanks. You all helped it happen. Oof. Whoa. Wow. That was wicked. Volcano's in shock from that. Might be so shocked it'll erupt. Ah, that can't happen. What makes you so certain? There is ash flying everywhere. Alright. So yeah, we need to go outside. Yeah. So use that escape rope that he gave us at the start to get back out here. Unfortunately, we still need to scale back down the mountain. So essentially what we need to do is we need to run all the way back, or well, not all the way back. We need to head... Frick. We need to head to the survival area, which is the third and final area up in this part of the region, or the map, that we haven't been to yet. And I don't know what's special about it other than it's just kind of remote, and it's really where the toughest trainers are. Alright, I'm too lazy to switch out, so Zip Zap is getting some love. Alright, I didn't catch what we were actually going to be fighting next, so a Hypno. Okay, that's actually fine because we have a dark type move that will be quite effective against it. Hopes that we're like 10 levels over, so yeah, that's the thing, like all these trainers up here, they're in their 50s, but at this point, you're probably in your 60s, so it's kind of moot. It's still obviously the best place to train if you're trying to get your Pokemon up to like level 100 or so. And we'll actually pass right by where I would do that a lot. Once you get the item that allows you to battle trainers again. That's what I would do, is I just keep fighting the same trainer over and over again because I don't know, I had good typing and they had good levels, so and some of the better ones, better levels that didn't require you to have to go through the Elite Four and the Champion again over and over. Alright, there goes Persian. Really showing off that Gen 1. Okay, let's grab this little item. Zinc! And the repels effect wore off. Just in time, too. Eradicate. Ugh. At least this one didn't die. I mean, isn't that like the myth, or maybe not myth, but like the running theory of what happened to lose Raticate, rather than the fact that he probably just put it back in his box after he caught something different. Dugong! Dugong. I love Dugong. He's so adorable. Him and Seal. Like, typing-wise, they're not really all that great, but, you know. It was like 2 or 3 of Lorelei's Pokemon were just Dugongs in Gen 1. And it was, it was a really bad decision because it's part water type. So it could just easily get taken out by your electric type. Really, the only thing that Lorelei had that was actually like scary to fight was Jinx. And not for certain reasons, but because it was an ice and psychic type, which, if you know anything about Gen 1, psychic types were very dangerous. And then being ice type and not water type, or part water type, made it kind of difficult to deal with if you didn't have a good fire type. And even then, I think there was something kind of wonky with the ice versus fire in Gen 1. I don't remember exactly what it was. Okay, it was the other way around. So fire was still strong against ice. Ice or fire wasn't resistant to ice like how it is now. So yeah, what used to be is that fire was strong against ice, which it still is, but it couldn't resist ice. Okay, I'm pretty sure these two are the ones that I would always fight. That and the guy who's walking back and forth down there. Okay. This is the survival area. This is the final sort of area that we haven't really visited yet. Get picked up a couple of max repels just to be safe. So let's talk with this guy. You say the Magma Stone was found? The legend was true then. If so, the volcano's Pokemon may awaken and cause an eruption. Gotcha, Gramps. I'll put the Magma Stone back then. That Magma Stone was keeping the volcano Pokemon under control. It's alright though, I can go put it back myself. Cool. And no different dialogue. Cool. Awesome. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and do a quick heal. We're not quite done with this part because I don't want to... I want to keep all of this together. Because otherwise it's going to get... We're going to get too many parts, and I want to try and keep this below, like, 30. Or, well, right around 30. I don't know how much left we have. We have a lot of legendary hunting still. What do we have? Giratina. Oh, right. We ended up running into a Skarmory. I did not catch him, but I honestly really like Skarmory, like the design. So I just figured I'd show them off while we were kind of on our way back. Let's see. So we got Regigigas, Giratina, and the duck Pokemon, or whatever it is, as well as the 3 lake Pokemon that we need to catch, which I imagine those are going to turn into 2 parts each, or 2 parts in total, but we'll see. So I did level up I Love HMs because, unfortunately, all of my other Pokemon are too strong for Heatran and just take them out. So I need someone who can do just barely enough damage to get him down. Heatran is kind of annoying, to be honest, to fight. So we will use Cut just to weaken Heatran a little. It does basically no damage, so it's perfect. And we don't really care what happens to I Love HMs, no offense. Thankfully, Fire Spin does not do very much damage against I Love HMs. Stuck at Heatran. Alright. I think at this point we're switching out. Yeah. I will say, though, we could definitely get one more hit on him and still be fine. But we'll try just to see. Alright, we got yawns. 10 of them. We get 10 tries, basically. Well, we get maybe like 30 actual Pokeball tries. Unfortunately, Heatran is definitely more aggressive towards Hippowdon. I don't know if that's just because it has the moves, technically, to do more damage. Alright. And immediately breaks out. Alright, this is a precursor to what's to come here. I think that Iron Head is a steel type attack, so that's kind of why it's doing a lot of damage. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Jeez, man, not even a shake. This I will admit this does take a little while, because this is not catching legendaries is not generally an easy thing to do, because otherwise, where would the challenge be? All right. So I think I do switch I Love HMs back in just to see if we can get one more sliver of health off of him. Yep, cool. Ouch. Still not very effective. It's a really good thing I Love HMs is part water. Alright. He has done his duty. So I think I'm gonna use this chance to heal up Hippowdon. There we go. Because if I had to guess, yeah. It's going to use something a little more dangerous and wipe I Love HMs off the map. Poor guy. But we kind of knew that was going to happen. This isn't a Nuzlocke, so it's not really a big deal. I like how they actually do give you the option to just flee. This is like a very rare thing to get in a Pokemon game. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Hopefully shouldn't do too much damage, should it? And of course it burns. How annoying. Good thing Sandstorm does not damage. I suspect we will not get as lucky with some of the other legendaries, though, so we might need to find someone who can either put to sleep or paralyze or something. Alright, let's use full restore just to make sure that Sandy doesn't keep getting damaged. Get rid of that burn. Alright. Man, he just does not want to stay in the Pokeball here. Still asleep, though. I definitely think it was the right move, however, to get that extra small hit on him. Okay, we got one. Still not enough. Let's go for it again. Ugh. Probably gonna wake up at this point. Usually about 3 turns is when he seems to wake, or she seems to wake up. Heatran seems to wake up. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to use another yawn. We will now be down to 7, but I think it's okay. It's just... ugh, man. We're gonna have to use this turn just to heal. Because we don't want Sandy to go down, because otherwise it's going to be a pain to get her back up. Yeah, we are definitely going to have to look and try and find a different Pokemon to use. Just due to the fact that I don't think we have any other Pokemon that have a status-inflicting move. besides Sandy. And the problem with Sandy is the fact that Sandy produces Sandstorm, which, unless it's a ground, rock, or steel type, it's going to do a little bit of damage every turn, which is going to make it very difficult to actually catch some of the other Pokemon, or some of the other legendaries. Okay, 1, 2. Ah, come on. Almost had it. Okay. Fortunately, it hit me with a fire spin, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of damage. Alright, let's try it again. Nice! There we go. Okay. Wasn't too bad. Definitely had worse legendary hunting. Namely, Kyogre from Gen 3 was real pain. Because it had some move that had recoil, which is absolutely one of the dumbest decisions anyone has made. So I want to give it a fitting name that I can't I probably shouldn't say on YouTube, but you know. Alrighty. Well, I think that's basically it though for this part. So, alrighty. I will see you guys in the next part for more legendary hunting. And thank you for watching.